What's going on, YouTube? This your boy Romeo Trading back again for another video. Before we get started, special shout out. We are at 120 subscribers. You guys know I always like to stay transparent with you guys. Just trying to get into the partner program with YouTube. I'm currently at 120 subscribers right now, trying to get to 1,000. That's the first goal, and to get my watch hours up. So if you guys wouldn't mind, I understand if you guys don't want to watch, sit through the whole video, something like that. But if you guys have any ideas for, any type of content you guys would like to see, any type of tutorials or anything like that, leave them down in the comment section. And like I said, I can start including those in my videos too, just to make sure that, my subscribers are, getting the type of information they want and the type of information they need. So, you guys definitely keep me posted on that. But moving forward, I want to go over last week's recap. So we pretty much had 20 ideas. This week I got it down to about 10 ideas. Wanted to kind of keep it light for a week because managing 20 trades can be a lot sometimes. So kind of wanted to give myself just a little bit less pressure, to kind of keep an eye on all these ideas. Plus giving you guys updates on ideas that I see throughout the day. Whether it's a parabolic move or something like that. I'm gonna go over CLNN also. So yeah, that's coming too. But yeah, just as a recap, ABIS didn't trigger till Thursday. That's actually in this newsletter that I'm doing today. It didn't trigger till Thursday. So I kind of wanted to wait to see what it did first, see why it wanted to trigger so late. So we may have a big move coming this week. So definitely gonna keep an eye on that. BCDA, we got our 2-to-1 on that one. Boxo, that ended up turning into an intraday idea just based on how it was looking. CLRB 2-to-1 without an issue. CTXR 2-to-1 without an issue. Fax is still active. Like I said, I like that for a nice long-term position if you guys are already in that or if you guys have opened that position. The monthly does seem to be bullish. It does still seem to be moving up on the month. So definitely keep your eye on that one. FLDM, that one kind of triggered and faded, so I never got an entry on that one as that one just didn't come back. FTK, we got 1-to-1 on that one. So basically, we lost the first one. So we risked 500. We lost the first one. So we lost 500. And then it came back. We got in again, and then we won one. So we won 1,000, but because we lost 500, then it was just a 1-to-1 win on that one. So we only got basically a $500 profit on that one. Fury, we got our 2-to-1 on that one. GLOPD, let me see, that one had a Friday trigger. We didn't enter that. I normally don't like if they enter real late into the week. You kind of got to side eye them as to how bullish or how strong the stock really is. So gonna keep an eye on it, but like I say, we just didn't take a position because it triggered so late in the week. GRNQ still active. Like I said, I think that one's sitting. I think you're gonna be in the money a little bit on that one. I'll probably be looking to close it out come Monday. KYN 2-to-1 achieved on that one. That basically turned to an intraday idea. So basically with those, if we have an idea that's that we think is gonna run for the following week, like I'll talk about, as I start going over some of the trades. So on Monday we have stocks that pretty much rip. They let us know how strong they are day one. That's gonna be a lot of those stocks. Then we have a lot of stocks that actually open up the week resting. So if you have if we're looking at the daily, and the daily has green day all the way up to Friday, on Monday is likely gonna rest. So once we get that resting day, we just put our entry right over that high of that day, and then that down on that Tuesday we normally trigger, and then it'll proceed to run. So it just be that resting day. So like I said, I've been kind of doing this for a while, so kind of seeing different type of entries is kind of what I do. Where was I? KYN, okay. Yep, so MBT, no trigger, no entry, so that one just never came up. NSL still active. OXLC is still active. Like I said, I think we're in the money on both of those as well. So just kind of see if it's gonna move up. It probably move up higher. Nice buy setup and stuff like that. Farming, month is green, so good start. So you could continue to hold it. I just don't know how long it's gonna take to actually get me to my 2-to-1. So I may sell, break even, get out. PGRE, no trigger, no entry. SNR, we got 1-to-1 on that one. It never reached 2-to-1. Kind of hit 1-to-1, consolidated a little bit, so we went on ahead and got out of that one. TMQ, we ended up losing on that one. I think it triggered us in, pulled back, got us out. We got a $500 loss on that one. TNXP, we did get our 2-to-1 on that one, and WEI, we did 2-to-1 on that one. So we ended up getting a gross profit of 9,000. We ended up just losing 500. We got a net profit of 850. You know, that's before, you know, like trading expense like that. And normally if you're risking 500 a trade, you're gonna need a pretty nice share size. So just depending on the trade and depending on the actual stock, trading fees, they don't actually don't be that much. You may pay 50 cents to $1 maybe. You know, so it's not that much. You know, with an $8,000 profit, I don't think you're worried about $10 in fees. Just one of them things. Also, if you guys, I know a lot of people was asking me about, you know, risking. You know, you don't have to risk $500 a trade. You can risk $100. You can risk $10. You can risk $1. As long as you guys get started somewhere, that you know that's the most important. Risking $500 a trade is just, you know, kind of that can be kind of an end game goal for you. You know, after you actually learn what you're doing and you know stuff like that, then you can actually start raising your risk. But you know, let's just say you're risking $100 a trade. Well, let's just say you're risking $50 a trade, and you're just trying to turn that 50 into 100. You'll basically be up with $900, with a $50 loss. So that'll put you at $850 for the week instead of $8,500. So you can look at it like that as well. So if you're risking $50 a trade instead of 500, you pretty much just take a zero off. So that'll pretty much cover your average paycheck. You'll be at $850. You know, a lot of people don't make that much in 1 week. So, you know, just kind of keep that in mind. You know, if you want to risk $50, if you want to risk $5, risk $5 turn into 10. You know, you'll be up with $90. Be up roughly $85 on the week. Small risk. You know, it's pretty much just the patterns are the same. The amount of shares you're taking is the only difference when you're trading at this level. It's just the amount of shares. Instead of getting 10,000 shares, you may just get 5,000 shares. Instead of 5,000 shares, you may get 2,500 shares. Instead of 2,500 shares, you may get 1,000. Instead of 1,000, you may get 500. You may get 200. You may get 100. You may get 50 shares. So it's really just a share size. That's the only thing that's different when calculating risk. But yeah, I didn't want to stay on this too long. Just kind of want to give you guys a recap. We did pretty good the week before last, and we did pretty good last week. This week, you know, I don't like running too hot for too long, so I kind of dialed it back just a little bit. I probably won't be risking 500 on this coming week, unless I see something that I really like. And then I'll probably raise the risk on it. But other than that, I'm gonna try to keep, you know, this week low. We have a lot of intraday ideas, not a lot of weekly ideas. Because last week, this is how I trade. Last week is normally the first week of the month, so that week is green, so that's good. So that 1 week of the month is gonna always start, especially on how it actually started. So that first week actually started the first month as well, because you know it's February 1st. So we don't really have nothing to go off of on the weekly chart other than a green week follow up. So we had to drill down from every green week to try to find intraday ideas. That's why I kind of kept this list short, so that way I won't overexpose myself to anything that could be too extended, or you know, just possibly needing some rest. So I may have your favorite stock in here, I may not. You know, hopefully I don't piss off nobody. I got a lot of flack on one of my suggestions, but you know, we'll talk about it in a later date. But let's go and get into it. I got Thinkorswim up right now. I got the SPY up. Pretty much took out all the selling that we had the week before last week. So that's awesome. That's very bullish. That means the bulls are still in control. We're still strong. I was thinking maybe a pull back to this 350 area, but you know, it kind of bounced off of intraday support here. Like I said, the 20 to 50 and the 200 on all time frames. So you know, if it break this 50, then we have to look toward this 360 area now. Like I said, it bounced good off the intraday support. So like I say, still ran up to new highs. May pull back maybe to 380 and then bounce some more, run back up a little bit higher. You know, still looking good. Like I say, can't complain. We just took out last month's high of 385, put in a new high. So the market still looks strong. Still kind of cautious though. Like I said, this has been a long running uptrend. You know, definitely been retesting, so that's good. A retest every now and again is good. I'm just hoping nothing dramatic happen and we, you know, end up in another March. No, everything looks good here. First idea is ABUS. I posted this idea on StockTwits, I think Friday evening. You know, this was one of our swing trades from last week that triggered on Thursday. As you can see, it triggered Thursday. We was actually looking for it to break over this $4 area earlier in the week, but it just kind of struggled here. You look at it, you can see these moving averages are here. So that, you know, it's just a lot of back and forth here to really get us over those moving averages. Had a nice push up here, volume spike, you know, rejecting us back underneath it. You know, bulls still kind of, you know, kind of rode this 20 and this 50. You know, we was looking for the breakout earlier in the week, but we didn't get it until later in the week. So we had to break out, and then, you know, after every breakout, you have a retest. We got the breakout here on Thursday. Now you could have bought this $4 breakout here, sold up here at 420, got right back in on the retest. And then, like I say, we're looking for a move up higher on Monday. So like I say, the intraday ideas are really the focus for this swing trade newsletter, because, you know, last week was the first week of the month, so we don't have any other bias other than the intraday. Like I say, the monthly green and then the weekly green is gonna pretty much give you the same. That's pretty much the same candle, because last week was the first week of the month. So we don't have much to go on. But drilling down to the monthly, I did like it over 4 because that is where the monthly 50 period moving average is. So that's a big area for the month as well. That's a big move for the month as well. The 60, I mean the 20 period is good. Like I said, we've been on top of that 20 period for a while. So, you know, the bullish strength has always been there. You really didn't have to worry about dropping back down to 2 because, like I said, we got a lot of bullish strength here. But getting over this 50 period would mean that we have a room to run a lot higher. As you see, the last time we tested this 50 period, we did break out. We did put in some new highs, depending on whatever that PR was, but we also were rejected. And then that following month, we did try to get back over that 50 period as well, and was also rejected. So we worked our way back up again, and then, you know, it was kind of rejected back down. Then it seems like we may actually be holding this one. That's why I say we may have a nice breakout ahead of us over this $4 area. So the actual idea is, like I said, it's an intraday idea. We'll be looking at the daily chart here. The entry will be 425. The stop will be 410. That will give you a 10-cent stop. So if you're risking $500 on this, you'll need roughly 5,000 shares. 5,000 times with $4, you need over 20 grand basically to take this trade for a $500 risk. If you're just risking, let's just say $100, you'll need 1,000 shares. So, you know, 1,000 times $4, you'll need roughly $4,000. You know, just risking $100. So you need $4 grand to risk $100 on this thing. For this particular idea. And you know, you just take however much you want to risk and divide it by 10. Yeah, divided by 10 cents. So yeah, that'll give you how much you know, how many shares you'll need to get to actual risk this trade, getting in at 425 with a stop loss at 415. Then pretty much every 10 cents you'll get $100 or $500 or something like that. That's pretty much how trading works. If you guys want me to get more detailed on actual order entry, you know, leave a comment down below. And I can really break down. Oh, I have a video as well, the beginner's guide to day trading. It talks about risk management, and I have a cheat sheet on that as well. If you guys are interested in that, check out that video or leave it down in the comment, and I'll post another video for you. Just kind of going over that again so you guys have a better understanding on order entry and position size and risk management as well. But yeah, that's the idea on that one. Like I say, over the 20 and the 50, nice you know, nice little consolidation here with these moving averages. A nice breakout under some nice volume. Didn't put in a new high, came back, retested that breakout. The bulls kind of stepped up again. So you know, I think we got to move up higher over 425. Now, you know, you guys, I got to be honest. I did cheat a little bit. I did get some shares. I did get some shares Friday. To kind of, you know, to kind of give me a little edge. I did get in a little early because I liked this one so much. It was on the Swing Trade newsletter. Like I said, trigger Thursday, so I kind of just wanted to see what it was gonna do. And then, like I said, it kind of gave us this nice little setup here. And you know, if you could drill back, you see we kind of got a couple pivots here. Got a pivot there. Got a little pivot here. This was a breakout area before, you know, so this area kind of draws a line all the way across this here. So we could get a nice move up. I really like it, you know, doing this right here at this moving average. So, you know, that's just kind of a little bit more confirmation for me. So I did get in a little bit early. So hopefully we get over 425. Over 425, I can add a little bit more. Hopefully get out 2-to-1, if not more, because we did get in a little bit early. So we should definitely be able to get 2-to-1 out of this. You know, and then, you know, hopefully you guys, just in the long term, you guys can get some bigger gains out of it as well. But that's kind of it for ABUS. I want to drill down to the 4-hour real quick. And as you guys see on the 4-hour, we have officially broken out of that 200 period on the 4-hour. So that's always a good sign as well. Not only do, you know, it kind of all lines up. Like I said, this $4 area was a resistance area on pretty much all the higher time frames. So they all kind of just align. Like I said, if we can get over this 425 area, I think we can make a nice run, maybe up to the 450 area, 450 to 475 area, you know, put in a nice new high as well. So yeah, that's my idea there. Like I said, the 20's coming toward that 200 on the daily, on the weekly. So that'd be another, now like I said, it's just more bullish support up, pushing this thing up. So yeah, I really like it with this 425 by 415. As you see, we was buying it up, buying up a good little bit of shares here in the aftermarket. Got about 22,000 shares here in the post market. You know, I'm not sure if it was because of me posting it and me putting the idea out there, or if it just was a lot of after hours attention as well. So that's really possibly what it could have been. You know, just a little attention already on this stock, or, you know, my idea could have put it in a couple people's head as well. You know, if we all band together, we can turn this into a GameStop. So, guys, you guys rock with me. You guys rock with me. But yeah, it does look good. Like I said, you got the moving averages up under this thing. 20 period here on the 4 hours looks good as well. You know, I like to use all the higher time frames for biases, just to kind of see where some real support and resistance are. And like I said, that $4 area. The $4 area is really the only real resistance area we got left. If we can clear that, you know, I think we can definitely put in a new high, a new monthly high as well. Let me see, that last high was 450. So yeah, that would be the first target. Triggering in anybody looking to get, you know, the kind of that monthly buy setup area here. Anybody looking at this as a core entry, you know, that would be a nice area to add at that 450. So hopefully we have a little bit more buying pressure in this 450 area as well. Once we break out of this 425, hit 450, and maybe, you know, push it on up to maybe 5, and, you know, at least get to 5 by the end of the month. So, you know, that's kind of the objective. But yeah, I think that's about it on ABUS. Definitely one of my faves. Like I said, I already done stole some shares Friday, so I think we're kind of locked and loaded. So we'll see what it does Monday on tomorrow. Next idea is BHAT. Blue Hat Interactive Entertainment Company. Just a slight concern on this one is the weekly. Now I can kind of look at this two ways. We did put in a nice little pullback for the monthly, which that's kind of how it looked like it did. You know, we kind of put in this huge top and tail here, probably a lot of sellers here. We did put in a new low, but we also did bounce off of this support area down here. I'm not seeing any time frames on the monthly. Excuse me. I'm not seeing any moving averages on the monthly. But it does seem like this $1.50 area has been retested. Got May, June, and July was tested and rejected. Kind of pulled back to this seems like this 50-cent area. And then, you know, it was kind of retested again here and rejected. So definitely 150 is an area to beat. That's definitely why I like this one. Let me drill this one back down. Now, looking at the weekly, like I said, we got support here. Bulls did a good job getting this thing over this short-term resistance here. So pushing it over, getting it over, nice volume to really take out, you know, whatever's up there. Hopefully didn't trap a lot of bulls in up here in this 220 area. Did get a pullback to amount of support. You know, we got the 20 and the 50 here, bouncing off this area, you know, in the first week of the month. So that could be good. That could be very bullish. Go ahead and shake it out. Go ahead and get those bulls in that want to get those cheap shares. go ahead and get back bullish on the month. Let buyers know that bulls are in control. But you know, that is a good sign on this. And then looking at the daily, you know, we can kind of look at this as a lower low. So you know, you can look at this from here to here as a lower low. You could look at that, you know, but I don't want to look at it like that. I kind of want to see kind of a breakout here, cause you know, this could have just been, you know, just a quick pump and dump. You know, quick profits here. We do got nice little consolidation over this $1.50 area, well, kind of this $1.40 area, kind of right up against this 50 area. So that could have been a nice breakout, gap over breakout, came back, maybe was too extended. So hopefully you guys can hear me. Maybe was too extended here, came back, seemed like it bounced right off that 20 period, broke that 20 period, put in a nice volume spike right up to that 150 again, gapped up to it as well, pulled back, kind of retested, and then bulls kind of stepped back up, pushed it right back up to that 140 area. So this 140 area is definitely solid. I think if we can get a move over 150 next week, this thing could really move up, get back up maybe to that $2 area. It's definitely possible. Like I say, this has been monthly resistance in the past. As you see, we got a lot of top and tails here in this 150, 140 area. So really owning that 140 is really our next step in this particular stock. So like I say, holding 140, breaking out over 150, really breaking this trend here. And you know, maybe making 160 the new support area instead of, you know, the 140 area. Cause 140 is definitely resistance. Definitely resistance here. Like I say, you get over this area and you're getting rejected. You get anywhere close to this 150 and you're getting rejected. So you know, we got a nice volume push up, and we got, like I say, some bulls stepped up to kind of keep this thing up there. We're gonna see if we can kind of get over this 150 area, maybe make a move higher. This is another 10-cent idea. It'll be 150, basically about 140. So once it break 150 again, we wouldn't want it to come back. Now we wouldn't mind one of these as a swing trade, because we would definitely get our profits in this already and get out. We would get in and get out on a bar like this. But for anybody that's in this thing long term, you definitely will want the stock to hold its gains, you know, so you guys can continue to climb a little bit higher. But you know, as a swing trade, you know, we just need to get our 2-to-1. So we'll really be looking for maybe 170 out of this thing, and we'll probably be out of it. As a swing trade, you know, as a kind of an intraday trade, once it hit 170, we'll likely be out. So yeah, the idea will be 150 by 140. And like I was saying on the previous, if you guys are not watching the whole video, you guys are just watching, you know, just one particular stock. If you want to risk $500 on this thing, you'll need 5,000 shares. If you're risking $100 on this thing, you need 1,000 shares, you know, so forth and so on. But if you guys want more information on that, just leave a comment down below, and I can go over that a little bit better for you if need be. But yeah, the actual entry will be roughly 150. The stop will be 140, and the first target will be roughly 170. On Monday, I would love for this thing to just go ahead and get us to our first target, come back, retest 150, and then proceed to go up higher. You can pretty much get 4R out of this thing in 2 days. It's happened before. So on Monday, we break out of 150, maybe run up to 180, you know, get our 2-to-1, sell, get out, you know. Tuesday, it's going to come back and retest 150. It's going to come back probably hard, probably come back real hard. Probably, you know, as soon as 7 o'clock open that Tuesday morning, it's probably going to be already headed back down. To test this 150 area. And then, you know, it's probably going to move back up, maybe to 165, you know, give you somewhat of this little red bar here. Give you some of this red bar here. A nice push up, a nice run up, a nice retest, and then, like I said, we're gonna proceed to run a little bit higher. So, you know, that's the expectation on that one. Like I said, really nice idea. Monthly is green. Bulls are in control of this month right now. So, you know, we're gonna see if we can continue to keep the trend going. Maybe put in a new high. I'm gonna drill down to the 4-hour real quick on this one. So as you guys can see, we are on top of the 20 period and the 50 period on the 4-hour chart. So that, you know, like I say, it just looks good on all time frames. You got no real, you know, the stock, I guess the stock isn't old enough to really have support. I mean, have the, you know, the 20, the 50, and the 200 yet. But as you drill down to, you know, the weekly, we got support here. If you drill down to the daily, we got support. We got support there as well. Like I said, we got the 20, the 50, and the 200 here, all up under this stock, all supporting the stocks. We got a lot of lower support here. Then, like I said, drilling out to the 4 hour, you're gonna get a little bit of that as well. Like I said, getting over these areas here. So on Monday, we're looking for this thing to really break this pivot right here. Like I said, putting a nice pivot up, 150, pull right back down to retest. Seemed like it retested this area here. Pushed up, bulls kind of stepped up here. They still was a little bullish. Like I said, we didn't put in a new low on the 4 hour chart. We went from what, roughly 130 up to this 135 area. Well, below one. No, I'm sorry. We went down to what, like 125, and then we closed above 130. So we did put in some new lows. Even in the pre-market, we didn't put in a new low. So I expect us to really kind of go bullish on Monday, really getting this thing back over 150. So that's the idea on BHAT. Yep, got my alert set for 150. So yep, that's it for that one. CLN. This was one of my special trades. As you see, this stock only closed with 200K on Friday. I normally don't trade stocks with that low of a volume because the spread be so wide, which it is. This stock, even with after its high volume spike, it still had like a 10-cent spread, which is huge. It's hard to really get in a good trading position on this type of stock with that kind of spread. You know, it's really dangerous. You know, but you know it is possible. You know, just depending on how low of a time frame you're using. So we took this trade, which what was it? Wednesday, we actually took this as a day trade. I'm gonna show you guys my day trade that I took first, kind of go over what happened. Okay, so this is pretty much the gap that happened. The gap that happened on Wednesday. So we had a gap on Wednesday, and it seems like I don't know. I just felt like I was the only one looking at it. It was up $1. It was on the dollar gainers, but the volume was only like 100K. The volume was on like 100K. This is like 42,000 here. You got 4,000 here. You got 300, and then you got 2,000 there. So the volume, maybe it was. Yeah, so you got 100K on this one. Yeah, so as I was looking at this thing, I was like, this thing got 100K, and it's up $1. So either I'm the only one that see this thing, or somebody's just trying to be real quiet with this stock. so I mean, that's what I was thinking. So you know, we put in this nice red bar here. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch it. If you guys look at my stock twits, I was talking about watching it over 830, I think. At the beginning, I was watching it over 830, right? So that was the original idea, you know, just low volume. So, I kind of just put all my attention on this stock for a little while. Then the next hour, we did this with almost $100,000 in volume. That's almost the same as this one. So in my mind, this is a buy setup in my mind. So I took it. You guys look at my stock tweets, look at my Twitter. I posted the idea. It had to be 805 by 795. 10-cent stop. Ain't it? Hold on. Wait a minute. Yeah, 10-cent stop. I didn't take that. Hold on. I took two. I'm sorry. I didn't take the close. I actually took the low. I took 805 by 785. Yeah, so I did 20 cents on it. I did 20 cents on it, not 10 cents. If this was a red bar, I would have took the high of this bar and then the close. I would have expected bulls to hold this line. But on the green bar, I take the high of the bar and then the low of the bar. On the buy setup, you take the high and the low. So that was a 20-cent stop. So it had low volume, so I didn't want to get too crazy with it. So I just risked 200 shares on it. So I ended up getting 800 shares of this thing, and that happened. That happened. So I'm out. I'm out. I'm like, yeah. It's a whole hour and this thing just ran up with 100,000 shares. This thing just ran up like that. I'm like, yeah, this thing is done. I'm not sure what's happening, what's going on. I'm like, yeah, this thing might be done. I'm like, okay, I'm out. I got my 400. I posted it to stock twits and Twitter. You guys can go back and check it. So yeah, 400, and I think I'm at like 450 on it. So I'm like, yeah, okay. And the reason I sold is because it made this run. within that hour. Like this was like, let me see, if this was, let me see, 10, 11. So come 12 o'clock, this bar was full. So I was expecting the next bar to be a pullback. And that's what I got. I'm like, that's even more interesting. So I put the idea out there as well. Matter of fact, in the idea when I made $450 on this thing, I put the other idea. It's a nice pattern forming over 875. And then this would have been 875 by 850. This would have been another 20. This would have been a 25-cent stock. So you could have bought 400 shares of this thing if you want to risk $100. If you want to risk $500, you would have needed what, 2,000 shares of this thing. You could have got in right here at 875. And then look what happened. Bam. Beautiful. I was like, oh wow. Yeah, I'm gonna hold that. Cause like I say, once I saw that, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put an order right there. Just in case. And then that happened. As soon as this thing, like I said, you see 200,000 shares here. As soon as this thing hit $9, you guys can check my stock tweaks. I had parabolic with some eye symbols, because as soon as it hit 9, it got halted. As soon as it hit 9. After that, we ran up to almost $10. No, we did run up to 10. Run up to 10. Yep. Beautiful. Then we did that. 3 million volume right there. 3 million shares volume right there. Beautiful. I'm like, yeah, I'm just not gonna sell this time. It's just the patterns. Just the patterns. You got a nice run here. You got rest. You got a rest and bar. It rested for a whole hour. So yeah, I would definitely take this. This is a 60-minute chart. I would definitely take this. Then you got that. So whatever resistance, I'm pretty sure whoever was in this thing at 10 probably sold because they was holding the bag. I'm sure of it. Whoever got in at 10 probably sold because they probably been holding this thing since November, and they probably got out. They probably added back too, but I'm pretty sure a lot of them probably got out. A lot of them probably just broke even, got out. Because like I said, they was down for a while, and they probably got out. And then, like I said, I think this one proceeded to rest off. And, come Thursday, I kind of knew it was going to pull back. Of course, I didn't expect another gap, not based on the average volume for this stock and what it did. Because if it would have ran up and then rested back to $10, then it probably would have gapped up higher. Because it put in this strong of a day, it was definitely gonna pull back. That's what it did. Pretty much pull back. We kind of fell up under the 20 period. Like I said, this support here was down here in the $9 area. So I would consider this a little short-term support. Slowly getting up there. But Monday we should have a green day. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm hoping. I drill down to the 4-hour. This will be the last piece of evidence for an uptrend, come Monday or Tuesday. And that's, like I say, that's the 20 period 4-hour support here. You got a little support here. This is the same as the kind of the 60-minute 50 SMA support. So it's kind of similar. The time frames are kind of similar. You at what, 943 there. Then you're at 996. So it's a little bit far off. So, you should definitely maybe get some bottoming tails here, maybe some good bounces here before it runs. But we definitely want this thing to hold $11. If you guys are already in this thing, then you guys are pretty good, especially if you guys got in up under 8. If you got in up under 8, then you're solid. You're solid right now. You're celebrating, you're toasting it up. You're having your nice big tall glass of wine. I'm pretty sure you all doing it up big. But us day traders, we didn't actually see this thing. This wasn't on our radar until Wednesday. So we just not seeing this thing. So 10 may be some good support here. It may not tag 10. Because you know Wednesday, a lot of shares were sold in the $10 area on Wednesday. You guys looked at that chart. You had, I think, a couple of million sold in that area. In this $10 area, you roughly had what, 3 million here. You know, you had a small volume here getting it up there, but once it got here, you got a lot of people getting filled up in here. I'm pretty sure the 3 million was to catch it, to help support this area. Think about it. You still bullish on you still bullish on this hour, but you got 3 million. I'm pretty sure 3 million didn't push this thing down. 3 million is probably what caught this thing. That's what I'm thinking, because based on how it followed up, 1 million got this thing right back up. If 3 million would have sold off into this thing would have been right back down to probably 7, because it only had 200K here. You only had like 200, 300K here to move this thing today. And then you got 3 million coming in. This is $3 million worth of support. It's closed green. So in my mind, that's $3 million worth of support, 3 million shares of support. And then you had a $1 million follow-up maybe to kind of just trap. I'm pretty sure it trapped some people. A lot of people probably got trapped into this, especially on the move back up. Probably got trapped in it. But yeah, definitely support here in this $10 area. 3 million shares were filled in this $10.50 to $10 area. That's just how it looks to me. And then we are hovering above the $10.50 to $10 area. And I look at the daily on it, and I see we had a nice green breakout, broke over this $10 area. So we put in a new high. Now this could be that the bulls were so strong we didn't even drop back down to 10. The lowest we got was like 1030, 1040. The low of Thursday was 1032, and then the low of Friday was 1038. So we technically put in a higher low. So we get over 1130, which is the high of Friday, we probably can start trotting back up. The monthly's green. Bulls are in control right now. So we don't know if the bulls are gonna, consolidate out for a little while. The 20 period is a little bit away. Like I said, we did get a nice gap. The 20 period is a while away. We do got a little minute for this one. Now, if we waiting on the daily, we got, probably got a couple weeks to wait for the daily to get back up there. But according to the 4-hour and the 60-minute, we should be bouncing next week if we're gonna continue to run higher. I think this thing got like a $25 price target, which, I mean, that's not what we're looking for. $24 price target. That's not what we're looking for. As a swing trade, we're not looking for a $24 price target. I mean, we would appreciate it. We would love it. If you want to go on, gap on up to 25, well, yeah, we'll take it. Of course, we'll take that. But I mean, we're not going to be in this thing that long if it decide to, slow trend up. As a swing trade, we're not going to be. Because by the time I'm waiting 3 or 4 months for that $24 target, I could be making money on other stocks. As a swing trade, no, I'm not going to be in it that long. But, the pattern is presents itself. We got a nice green bar, big volume, 5 million shares that day. And then we got what? Less than 1 million shares Thursday. Then 200,000 shares on Friday. All we need is some volume, and we're gonna find out if we're gonna be over 11:30, or if we're gonna drop back down below 10. We're gonna find that out Monday. I believe so. We're gonna find out what the real direction of this stock is. We're gonna find out. But yeah, this is definitely an idea over 11:30. Like I say, monthly, we're over last month's high of $9.25, and then the previous month high of $10. So we've broken 2 pivots here. Put in a new high all the way up here to $13.68. So we put in a new high, came back, maybe retesting this 10.50 area. Then we got room to move up higher. That's my opinion. I like this one. I wouldn't be holding it if I didn't like it. I get out quick. But yeah, it is a nice idea. I really do like it. But that's CLNN. We are 40 minutes. Oh, this video still happened to be long. I guess I'm really talking through all these ideas. CNSP. I'm gonna try to speed it on up. I'm starting with the monthly. We do got monthly a monthly run that kind of pushed this thing up to prior pivots here. We got a kind of a pivot area here in this $4 area. Kind of been rejected here, kind of been rejected here, kind of been rejected here in December, and we're right back up to this area here in February. We do got a nice green bar here taking out, you know, the moving averages as well. Now we kind of just kind of looking at it now, we may get kind of a pullback. Sad to say. So this shouldn't even be on the swing trade list. I really do like it, just in case it do want to take out 375. It could be very aggressive. Okay. So yeah, scratch what I just said. We're gonna be very aggressive here. 375 by 325 is a 25-cent stop. If you're risking $100, you just need 400 shares of this thing. If you're risking $500, you need 2,000 shares of this thing. But you know, we want to get over this 375 area. This is a sell setup. This is a sell setup. So if this thing was to sell off Monday, that would be the expectation, because we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Interesting thing about this one over here is it didn't just sell off. Well, I mean, this one actually did sell off. This one didn't just, one we just didn't sell off. We actually ran up, we actually came back and bounced off this. We got kind of a pivot here. We got a little pivot here. So the 275 area, got a little pivot area here. You know, and then we kind of ran back up. So Monday, if this thing is looking weak, we shouldn't drop below 320. If we drop below 325, the move may be over. And this thing probably rests for a little while until we get this 20 period back up there with it. It's possible. But we're going to keep an eye on it just in case it wants to get back over this 375 area. Because that would be a nice pivot breakout with big volume. This bar here it penetrated pretty good, but it really didn't, you know, engulf this whole bar. It's kind of like 50% of the bar. So, you know, over 375, like I said, this would be a 25-cent stop. You wouldn't get in until it triggered 375. But if you don't trigger 375, you'll never get in the trade, and you just, I'm sorry, I just hit the mic, and then you just don't have to worry about it. But that's the idea on that one. I'm gonna drill down real quick. 4 hour. 4 hour looks good. Like I say, you got this nice run up here. You got a small bounce retest right at the 20. You got the 20 period. And then we got to kind of consolidate here. So on Monday, we're gonna know if this thing is probably gonna fall, if it's probably gonna go higher. Like I say, with on the 4 hour, that's how it looks. Oh, this is the 60 minute. I'm sorry. On the 60 minute, this is how it looks. So over 350. Over 350, we should be able to really challenge that 375 area, if that's the direction that this company is trying to go in. Nice volume. Taking that out, like I say, last week, nice red week here. We took out pretty much all those sellers. Anybody that's shorting this thing probably got squeezed out. Anybody that shorted this thing here probably got squeezed out, or they are already covered, which is what drove it up so high. We could have a nice trend reversal here. Definitely a nice idea. We got the alert set. So like I said, if we get alerted, we'll definitely be getting in. See if we can make a little bit of profit on this one. Next idea is CSCW, Color Star Technology Company. Kind of a similar idea on the intraday. These are all intraday. A lot of these are all intraday ideas. Monthly's green, weekly's green, because last week was the first week of the month. So we don't have really a bias opposed to last week, other than the actual daily. So, you know, a lot of these ideas are going to be green month, green week, and then intraday red bar Friday normally, you know, something like that. So, you know, this area here, like I say, we got 2 pivots up here in this dollar area, right? Really 3. You got one here, kind of got rejected already, you know, after you kind of get a strong run. Nice volume, push it up here. Nice retest here. Ran up here, ran to $1, got rejected, bounced back. Now we're right back up to this 975 area. So in my mind, we should be getting over $1 next week. If you guys follow me, you know I like these little red bars here. So we would have been, if we would have saw this thing week before last, we would have been in this thing anyway, right above this 98-cent area. Because we would have took the highest red bar the last week of January. If we would have seen this would have been on our deal list. We would have been in this thing last week of January, we would have took the high of this bar, 98 cents, the close of this bar, roughly 70 cents. So, you know, you can round it up to $1 and you can round it up to 30 cents. You can do $1.70, and we would have been in this thing. This really what constitutes as a buy setup. You know, you got this nice run up here. You got a nice shakeout. You got a nice little red doji here. And then you got bulls stepping right back up, taking out the high of that red bar. But it took out the high. So, you know, this would kind of be a buy setup. So you would expect some follow through after this move. You know, you know, took out this little red bar down here. If you're looking at the weekly, then you got a gap up. You open the week already up, already in the money. So, you know, we're looking for just a follow through on this bar here. We're looking for another green week. Like I say, looking at the daily, we did get us a resting day. This will be a resting day. Whoever sold off would have been unsold. Hopefully we don't have one of these. This is possible. This is possible as well. You could, like I say, we could downtrend. This is a sell setup. So if it does sell off, we can't be mad if it sells off. So that's why we have an alert set at $1, because if it takes out this high, we could possibly have a nice little breakout here. We got room to 130. We got room to 130. Looking at the monthly, we got monthly resistance. As you see up here, when the resistance was at $2, we had a month where we ran up to $2. So we definitely got room to 130. Hopefully we don't hit that in the pre-market where we can't profit off of it. But you know, if we can get to that in the open market, you know, we can get some good profits out of this thing. So definitely looking out over $1 on this one. I think it's ready to pop. You got moving averages here to support it. 20 periods right here up on it. You know, nice push up from that. 20 and 50 are looking good. I mean, 200. Got the 20 to 50 and the 200 all looking good here. Like I said, we're over all those moving averages here. We're over the 20 and the 50 on the weekly as well. We got monthly resistance here at this 130 area. So, you know, 120 would definitely be a nice target area for this idea. Depending on how tight you want your stop, you can do it. You can do 10 cents. You know, if you want to risk $100, 10 cents, you get 1,000 shares. If you want to risk, you know, $500 on this, you need 5,000 shares, so forth and so on. So you can do 10 cents, you can do 5 cents. You can run that stop a little bit tighter. You know, 5 cent stop if you're risking $100, you need 2,000 shares. $500, you need 10,000 shares. You need 10,000 shares of this thing if you're risking $500 for it to just move above this dollar area. We don't get a breakout. If we don't get a breakout next week, I'm gonna be a little shocked, honestly, because this one just looks good on all time frames. Looks good on all time frames. I don't see why it wouldn't. We could get a little shakeout, but the thing is, we're not getting in until it hit $1. Now, if it hit $1 first, then pull back, you know, you can worry a little bit. You know, you can bite your nails a little bit. But hopefully, we get that pullback first, and then we rip past that $1. That's what we want to see. We gap over the $1, it's definitely gonna come back and retest. So if it gaps over the $1, I'm still gonna have my order at $1, because normally if it gaps over, it'll normally kind of shake down, tag everybody in, and then it can proceed to go higher. But yep, this is that idea, CSCW. Let me drill down to the 60-minute. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, the 60-minute, but we did have this push here. Could have been a fake push. Yeah. Got 300K here. So somebody threw some money at this thing. Somebody lit the fire. And you know what? They probably trapped a lot of people in this too, because you got 800,000 following up on this 105. So this thing got a little bit too extended, and somebody brought this thing back down to reality. That's what that is. Then we got a nice volume spike here. 3 red bars down on the 60-minute. Just like over here, 3 red bars down. Low volume here, you got a volume spike. Right here, you got the volume spike within that red bar. So you know that probably was the end. So whoever was down here caught this thing. So I think on Monday we're gonna get volume to push this thing over $1. You know, you got beginning volume, you got ending volume. Usually, I mean, you got, you know, that's just how it is. You know, you got, like I say, this opening bar here, big volume. Then you got extra volume here. That could be the end. You know, you could have had more follow-up volume, but that bar would have kept getting high because a lot of these people will start selling. And And sooner or later, those sellers and everybody that's trying to short this thing is going to take over. And like I said, you got this nice little consolidation right back to this moving average. And you got a nice volume spike here over this 90-cent area. And you could have made some good little funds on this. Could have definitely got some money in the pre-market the next day. But like I said, we put in a high of $1 here on this day. So definitely getting back up there is definitely the looking at the 4-hour, it kind of cleaned it up a little bit for us to just give us that that 20 period. Like I say, definitely got room to go higher. You got 2 red pivots here that we'll be taking out. So bulls will definitely have to be in control to really take those pivots out. Kind of, you know, like I said, I like to look at the 4-hour and the 60-minute because it just kind of paint a clearer picture for me. Like I said, you got big volume on green. And you had this little volume here. Then you got this big shakeout here on volume. Big shakeout, but bulls did step up down in this area. Bulls did step up, kept it above this 90-cent, 95-cent area, kind of closed at the 95-cent area post market. So that could be a good stop area. You know, drilling down, it could be a good stop area. 95 cent. You could make this a 5-cent stop. You know, you'll definitely get your R&R faster. You know, if you're risking 500, if you're getting 10,000 shares of this thing at 105, you'll already be at $500 at 105. If it breaks $1 and runs to 105, you'll already be up $500. You know, and then every 5 cent, you'll be up $500. So once it hit 110, you'll be up $1,000. You guys are not new to, if you guys are new to trading. If you need more information on how I broke that down, just leave a comment below and I will gladly give you guys more information on that. But yep, definitely over $1 is the idea. Maybe $1 by 175. So we'll be, $1 by 95. So we're looking at 5 cent R&R on this one. Next idea is CTXR, Citius Pharmaceutical Company. We do have kind of a breakout area here over this 140 area. 130, it's kind of been held down by this 130 area as well. You're getting real tight up on the pattern, you know, looking at the monthly. Look at this line going across the 130. You can kind of see we haven't closed above that 130 area. And we're kind of meeting it right here on the intraday, on the daily. Monthly is green. We did put in a nice bullish week and start of the month last week over a red pivot. So this would have been a great idea. This would have been a great idea last week. You know, we didn't take it. This would have been a great idea. CTXR. Trying to see how I missed this one. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. It's a beautiful idea. You closing the month green and you get, this is just like all my ideas when I look for the a red Friday. Look for a red Friday after a green week. It's just like looking for a red week after a green month. I mean, that's the buy setup right there. That confirms the buy setup, a resting bar. Now, if you had 5 green weeks in this month, then you would think that the month will open up red. Because all these people, they got to take profits. It got to be profit taking. That's where you get your green bars and your red bars. You got profit taking, you got short selling, you got covering. And it's all profit taking. So, but yeah, this is beautiful. I don't see how I missed this one. Did I miss this one, CT? Was this in the? I'm gonna have to look and see if this was in the. This one looked too beautiful. Not that I missed this one. Come on, this is beautiful. Send right over this pivot. This had to have been in the. Hold on. It was, yeah, we got it. I'm tripping. I'm like, I had to see this one. But this is beautiful. So yeah, CTXR right there. We got our 2-to-1. I was like, this thing looks so familiar. I was like, wow, how could I miss that? Like, I don't miss those. So yeah, we did take this one. I'm about to say, cause that's beautiful. Like you got a green month that's closing, then you got a red week. You know, 3 green weeks up. You got a red resting week. You know, nice little volume here, but then you also holding a support line, 120. That's beautiful. You would get in right over 130, 10 cent stop, 120. Then like you ran 165. That's beautiful. Yeah. Okay. I just make sure I didn't miss that. I'm like, oh man, my scanning is terrible now. Oh man. So yeah. So this idea is back again on the list because you know we got this pivot here 135. like I said, we're resting on the actual support line. You got the breakout and you got the retest. It never really it kind of did retest, but it retested after it ran up 3 days. So you kind of had this this little poof bar here. Then we actually got triggered Tuesday. Then we ran up, got our 2 to 1 in that same day. You could have held on and got a little bit more out of it. We just got our 2 to 1 because we don't know that this thing is gonna run like this. We don't know that. We didn't know it was gonna make this kind of move. It could have made a little baby move. It could have babied up all the way to Friday. We don't know that. So we just took our 2 to 1 and got out. I knew this thing looked familiar. I was like, wow, missed this one? Yeah, okay, so we good. But yeah, this I did this week, like I said, over this 135 area, kind of confirming this 130 as support. So you can do a 5-cent stop. I would give it a little bit more room. Maybe like I say, 125, make it another 10-cent stop. Be careful with it being too tight because this is support. So you would expect it to kind of bounce in this area for just a minute before it actually takes off. So that's the idea on this one. We did close the month. The month is still green. Last week was green. The month's still bullish right now. We didn't drop too low. Support still held. It actually dropped down to the 120 area and bounced back up to 130. That was the actual breakout area. So over 135, I think this thing can make another move up. It may not be as aggressive as this move, but you never know. So 135 by 125 is what I'm looking at. Where's my alert? Bam, bam, Bigelow. Bam, that's my alert. Yep. Nice run up, big volume. Nice pullback under some big volume. And we got a nice bottom and tail here. So like I say, this thing could proceed to go lower, but we want it to actually break out and give us a new high because of this prior breakout area, because of this prior pivot area, because of this monthly chart where we've been kind of riding this 130 area for a while. So getting over this really taking out this 130 area, putting in a new high at 135 and getting us in a new high. We don't have to put in, we're probably not gonna run over 170 again. I wouldn't mind running to 150, kind of just consolidating in this 150 area. That'll at least give us, maybe 1 to 1 or maybe 2 to 1 here at 155. But for anybody in this thing long term, you definitely want it to kind of hold on to these gains. Getting above this prior pivot area, like I say, 120 was a nice area that we broke out of, and now we're kind of resting between this 130 area. So getting over this 130 area is kind of a monthly issue as well. So hopefully you guys get a little piece of that as well. But that's it for CTRA. It's like I said, a previous intraday idea, a previous weekly swing trade idea turned into a kind of an intraday idea. It still is a swing trade because you may be holding this thing for a day or two. Looking at the 60-minute. Now the 60-minute did get in a little deep. We did cut a little deep. We did drop below that 20 period. We did find a little support here on the 50 period on the 4 hour. I'm sorry, I thought it was just oh, this is the third. I mean, my times keep doing. There we go. So yeah, we did fall back into support here. You got the 60 minutes. So if you're just looking at this thing on the 60, this is what it kind of looked like. You got 200 period here, so this would be kind of level 3 support. Level 3 support here. If you're just looking at the 60 minutes in this 125 area. You got a lot of bottom and tails here, a lot of accumulation here. Then we proceeded to get back over this 20 period. We could have a nice breakout over this 135 area. As you see, we got the moving average here. But once we break this area, breaking this area isn't the problem. It's holding above this area that would be the main concern. A lot of stocks can push up into this area, but then they get rejected back down. Just like on the monthly, you push up into this area and then you get rejected back. Push up into this area, you got rejected back down. And that's pretty much what happened already. On the monthly, we pushed up into 160 and we got rejected all the way back down. So getting over this 135 area, holding it is really what you want to see. Like I say, the 60-minute with the kind of run that it did, definitely needed some rest. As you see, there's a lot of confusion here, a lot of back and forth here, and then you see it ultimately just kind of sold off. At this push up here, big nice volume here, kind of sold off, bottom and tail, kind of just rolled over, kind of fell down, into some it's just some kind of a some level 3 support here on the 60 minutes. So, you know, and you know that level 3 support is also the 20 period on the daily. So it all kind of aligns. It all kind of aligns. So over 135, that's what we're looking for next week. On to the next idea. This video was not supposed to be an hour long. I had 10 ideas. Normally 20 ideas is an hour long video. At 10 ideas and we're still over an hour. Oh wow. Okay. So MUX, McEwen Mining Incorporated Company. This is kind of a riskier idea. I like it because we gapped over the 20 period movement average on the monthly. As you see, this area has gotten rejected 3 times here in July, August, and September. I'm just going off recent. I'm not dialing back too far. But and you know, just in the past year, we've gotten rejected 3 times by this moving average. Even in January, we penetrated this 20 period pretty good and still got rejected back down. February, we gapped over. I want to say we gapped over the 20 period average and we're back down below it. Now, the weekly is going to give you kind of the same story. You know, you got a lot of volume down here. You also got minor support down here. You got the 20 and the 50 down here. So we kind of got a tug of war going on right now. I really like this back over 120 because that would be the. If you look at the simple moving average, if you look right here, if you can see this on the monthly, if I highlight this 20 period, it's right at what 120. It's exactly at 120. If you're looking at the monthly, if you look at this green chart, when I move my cursor away, the 20 period is right at 120. That's where that's where it is like today. That's where it's at like today. So it's like dead right there. So getting back over 120, the bulls will take back control. And what I really like about it is that we got a lot of volume on Friday with this nice bottom and tail over 110. The high is 118, not exactly 120. Gave us enough room to actually get us an entry at 120. Because if this thing go from 114 to 120, we could possibly put in a new high. We probably want to get back up to 116. We could definitely get back at least to 140, I think. If this is a downtrend, we're okay with the downtrend. We can make money on downtrends. We get a nice push up here to 160. From over $1 to 160. You know, that's 60 cents. You know, it kind of gave us a bounce here in this 30 cent area. So maybe first target would be to get back up here to this 130 area. Maybe pull back to 120 and then go get back up. That would be kind of an uptrend, you know. We're looking at maybe 5 cents on this thing. If it get to 120, we probably have a stop at maybe 115. Maybe give us a 5 cent stop on this one. So if you're risking $100, you need 2,000 shares. If you're risking $500, you need 10,000 shares. You know, every 5 cents you'll get your R out of this. You know, so 130 would be first target. It'd be 5 cents here, you get 5 cents, that'll be 1 to 1. And if you get another 5 cents, that'll be 2 to 1. You'll be up $1,000 if you're risking 5, or you'll be $200 if you're risking 1. Quick math on that. We are inside of a red month. There are buying opportunities at the bottom of the month, but I wouldn't be too comfortable until we get back above the high of the month. So like I say, these are kind of some sniper positions here. These are kind of some sniper trades. I'm gonna start utilizing that word a lot. Sniper. Because you know, we're looking for perfect, and we're looking for some perfect entries, some perfect trades, some perfect matches. And nothing's perfect, but we try to make it as perfect as we can get it. And over 120 by 115, I think is a good idea. Nice bounce here in this 110 area. We got moving averages right here. We got the 200, the 20, and the 50 right here, giving us some good support here. Nice volume spike. We got 20 million in volume on Friday here in this area. You know, during this fall, it was kind of light. You know, light volume here, light volume here. No buyer really in this area. But then you got buyers down here in this 110 area really supporting this thing. So definitely keep an eye out. I wouldn't expect it to get back up because, like I said, we are inside of a red month. This thing did gap up. So whoever took profits on this thing up here probably shorted it from here, and are probably making money on the rundown. But we could get some covering to get this thing back over 120. That's the idea, is to get this thing back over 120. I really would like it if we closed the month at 140. That would solidify at least this pivot. this pivot here from July and August, closing above this 140 area, maybe by end of the month, that would be great. We can go ahead and get there next week if if the market makers want us to get there, that would be even awesome. But 140, we're not gonna ask for much. But maybe get over this 140 area, close the month, give us a nice little red doji like that, so that way we could take the high this month. We could take 160 by 140 as a core trade. 20 cents. 160 by 140 as a core trade. So if you guys are in this long term, I would throw a lot of money at this 160 area, because if it gets above this whole month, if it takes out all this selling here, you definitely gonna be moving up higher. So we're looking at least close to money at 140. That's realistic. Close the money at 140. Close the money above this pivot. We're gonna be over the 20 period, so that's gonna be sweet. Close the money at 140. That'll be like I said, that'll be realistic. And then come March, we're gonna be looking to get over 160. That's with no PR. That's just regular trading, regular volume, regular whatever. I'm pretty sure you guys had PR, but I'm not looking at news. I'm just looking at the charts. So if you guys see that we close over 140, just let me know. Say, hey, man, you nailed it. 140 in this 140 area, we close over it. I wouldn't be surprised for the month. But that's it on MUX. Let me drill down real quick to see if we got any more lower support. 4 hour, we are riding the 50 period on the 4 hours. So like I said, a good bounce in this area will be good. It'll be a nice buy setup forming off of this green bar that we had on Friday. And see if we can't really get back. We do got little resistance here in this 225 area. So that's why this one is kind of, we kind of got odds, and the odds are kind of stacked against us. Because we got this resistance here, this 20 period here. You can expect resistance here. Even if we do get triggered in, we got to battle with this thing first. This one's kind of this is going to be one of the ones that you kind of just got to rock with it, because you just don't know. But if you look at the 1 hour, you can see that the 120 area, if we break over that, if we can get over this in the pre-market, that'll be a lot better than trying to battle it in the open market. Hey, we're going to see. I never underestimate people with more money than me. So these market makers, they gonna do what they want to do. If you got a couple $1 million, throw this thing on Monday, then hey, we can make it do what it do. Over 120 is the move. That'll put us back in the uptrend. If we can hold that and build from that, and then like I say, hopefully we can put in some new highs and go from there. Next idea is PTE. That looked great on the 60-minute, by the way. This was another idea here. Monthly's green. Last week we had a green month. We closed over a moving average here. Over the 20 we already had support by the 20. We closed over the 50 period. So like I say, that's kind of a good sign for me. We got room up to this 180 area. That's monthly resistance here. We got room at least up there, maybe 175. We do got room up there. We don't know if we're gonna get there or not, but definitely looking for some type of uptrend that's forming. Weekly looks good. Showing that it does want to transition a little bit. We're not just being dragged down by the weekly. We do have a little support that did step in, and it's holding this thing in this dollar area, so getting back over 120. We had this nice run up here, and then we had a nice pullback here. Decent volume, nothing too outrageous. Decent volume here. We do have moving averages that have a line. We got the 20 and the 200 here. So I would think this is a big move here for a bounce, big area here for a bounce. So over 120, this could be another 5 cent stop. 120 by 115, or you can do 120 by 110 if you want to be a little bit, just give it a little bit more room. Because I don't think it hit. Let me see. It did hit 110 on the dot. So if you want to give it just a little bit more room to move, you could do 120 by 110. 10 cent stop, risking 100 bucks, just need 1,000 shares. If you're risking 500 bucks, you need 5,000 shares, so forth and so on. Yeah, 120 by 110, 130 would be your first target, 140 would be your second target. I do like it because of the daily. These are all intraday ideas. So yeah, maybe we can get a stronger move up on this one. Try to go ahead and wrap this video. I didn't expect 10 ideas to be over an hour long, but I'm getting so involved talking about some of these stocks. I just really can't help. I could talk about this stuff all day. 60-minute look good. Like I said, we do got a nice move up to this 120 area. Kind of been consolidating. I really wouldn't put it past us actually gapping over this 120 area Monday, and then maybe bouncing around this 125, maybe open up, tag us in, and then proceed to move higher. You know, it really looks good to take off from there. Looking at the 4 hour, probably looks a little bit better. 4 hour looks even better. You know, you got this nice run up, kind of been consolidating here. Nice little breakout over this 50 period. Got this 50 period here. You know, breaking out here, coming back to support. Support has caught up with us. Like I said, we make a move higher over 20. First target would be 130, and then we put us a new high at 140. We'll be good to go. We'll be in and out. Anybody in this thing long term, you know, you definitely got room to 175. I just don't know when it's gonna actually. Yep, that's it for this one. PT. We did put in 3 resting weeks as well. We got 1 green week, and then we got 3 resting weeks. The bulls did step back up. We didn't put in a new low. We didn't penetrate too deep into this first green week. So I just think this one looks good. This thing's been resting for 5 months straight. We had bulls to step in January, and now we're stepping in again here February. See if we can get, like I say, see if we can turn this thing around. That's it for PTE. Next one is PTN. Palatine Technologies. This is another idea similar to the last one. The intraday does show somewhat. What? Sorry, you guys. Bear with me for a second. I was showing some type of iPhone trying to connect to my PC. It might be good though. It just kind of caught me off guard. Anywho, that was weird. But anyway, back to this. Monthly's green. We do have support here to 20 and to 50. So the trend is up. So we are technically in the uptrend right now. We've gotten above the 20 period on the monthly and the 50 period. So we can begin to make higher highs and higher lows. Weekly looks good as well. We've broken out. We had a nice penetration into this 71 on the 75 cent area. Rejected and proceeded to have that bullish run to get over that. Kind of pull back a little bit. Now we're kind of in this $1 area to test it. So I think if we can get over this $1 area, I think we'd be good to go. The low of this bar is 93 cents. So we can do 10 cents on this just to give it a little room. $1 is a little aggressive because it did put in a high of 101. It's just a penny, but when you're getting large share size, that penny could mean a lot to anybody that's really doing real tight risk management. So just kind of be aware of that as well. So you can do $1 by maybe by 90 cents. Make it a 10 cent stop. You can do, if you're doing $100, you can do 1,000 shares of this thing. $500, you can do 5,000 shares of this thing. But yeah, that's it. Pretty much like I said, over the 20, the 50, and the 200 period. Looks good. Like I say, we do technically have a little downtrend going from this pivot to this pivot. Breaking out of this dollar area would give us a little bit more gasoline to go a little bit higher. Like I said, the monthly is starting off green. That is good. So we're gonna see if we can't capitalize on that. Drilling out to these last two, SNDL. I already know this is a fan favorite, and I really just want to make this, to put this in my list just so I can keep an eye on it for everybody that's rooting for this thing, which I am too. We made money on this thing last week. We made plenty of money on this thing last week actually. We got in this Friday, it gapped up here. We got some nice gains out of this here. When it put in this bar here at $1, we got it some nice gains because it gapped up again. But it just kind of, like I was showing the guys, stock twits, we kind of had this triple top we kind of had this triple top here in the 130 area. Now on Friday, on Thursday, we just didn't clear 130. I was out. Like I said, I made money on this thing Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. But we just couldn't clear 130. I had an order there. I had an order at like 131 because it was tapping 130. It was tapping it, but it just wouldn't get over. So, I was a little depressed. I was like, oh man, I thought we were gonna take this out. You got triple top ascending triangle. It was just looking good. And then once this here broke, I posted it on StockTwits 130 by 120 after this 4-hour bar, because that would have been a great breakout. But it didn't happen. Then Friday happened. We're over here, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, my first idea would have get in at 121. It never triggered. 9 o'clock hit, it never got to 121. So I'm like, okay, well, this just ain't gonna, and the buyers just ain't gonna stepping up today. So we was red all day. We put in a nice little it had a nice little run here, nice little bounce. But I figured that was just covering. I figured it was just covering because there was no follow through. No follow through. I was at 120 waiting. Never triggered. And I was using the 4-hour. I don't trade inside of red bars. I just don't. If I'm looking at a 4-hour bar and this thing is red, I'm not going long inside of it. No. But once this 4-hour bar closed and 1 o'clock hit, I was ready to get in at 120 because that would have been a green bar. Would have been bullish right here at support. But it never happened. It just kept sinking. I was like, oh man, are we tired, bulls? I mean, we did run from 50 cents all the way to $1.30. Are we tired, bulls? Do we just need a little rest? Just a little bit consolidation? We may get a pullback. And I got 100 comments. Oh no, this and all that. Just hey, we may be a little tired, bulls. We've been running for a while. We didn't break 130. We didn't put in the new high. We didn't break out. We got rejected 3 times in this same area. Come on now. Let's just be realistic for just a little bit. Now we could gap over 130. Now if we gap over 130, I'm gonna be right there with you. I'm gonna go long. I only go long. I'm only going long. Guess what? I'm gonna be watching it. Like I say, over 120, I'm back in. That was the last pivot high on the 4-hour, 120. I'm not really worried about this 118 area. I'm not worried about that. 120 is the area I want because that was the last area that had any type of support. Then we got this resistance area at 130. Over 120, I like it. But Monday, I really expect us to go back and retest this dollar area. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. We don't have to stay there. I'm not saying we're just going to fall back down to 50 cents. I'm not saying that. But we are up under the 20 period on the 4-hour. This is our lowest, the highest time frame that's intraday. We got the daily. You guys don't want to hear nothing about the daily because we ain't got support to 80 cents on the daily. You guys don't want to hear that. You guys don't want to hear us going back to 80 cents. You guys don't want to hear that. Even though, yeah, we did do the offering. You guys right. That's probably why we don't have fractional shares anymore. Because it was like 110.0000. Now it's actually 110. We're actually trading whole pennies now. We're not trading no fractions. The offering cleaned up that much. We can still test a dollar. That wouldn't, as long as I think one of my followers said we got 5 days to meet NASDAQ standards or something. We got 5 days to retest a dollar. As long as we're above $1, we're good. We don't mean we can't retest it. You guys, I just want to be realistic. We can put some money on it. I'm a betting man. I'm a gambling man. I'm a risk taker. You guys know that. I'm a risk taker. We can take some risks now. 80 cents on the daily. That is a pivot high. I don't think we're going to get back to 80 cents. I'm just going to be realistic. And if we do get back to 80 cents, we're not going to stay there for long. It may be a quick shakeout bounce. Like, something like this. We can bounce back down there and gap back up. That's possible. I'm just being realistic. 4-hour. We're under the 20 period here. We got 90 cents here on the 4-hour. Possible area. We could continue consolidating in 110. That would be good. Consolidate. Just kind of hold this maybe 105 to 110 area. That'll be good. 60 minute. 60 minute, we back down to 90 cents on 60 minutes because we're under short-term moving averages. We can gap above this. That would be great. But just looking at it, we may need to rest just a little bit. May need to consolidate. We don't have to pull back to 90 cents, but hey, I'm just saying. We ran from 90 cents. We've been bullish strong from 50 cents. I'm sorry, from 50 cents. We've been bullish strong. Big volume, green. This is the 4-hour chart. Green. Big shakeout. Didn't mean nothing. Green. Pull back again. Green. Pull back again. Green. All the way back up to 130. I mean, we may just need to rest. I got my alert set, bulls. Trust me. If this thing break 120, I'm gonna be right there back in with you guys. Matter of fact, I'm probably gonna be buying shares if it drop back down to $1 anyway. I'm gonna be buying shares. Matter of fact, I probably buy shares at 105. I'm gonna have orders at 105. I'm gonna have orders at $1. I'm gonna have orders at 95 cents. I'm gonna get all that. Trust me. Trust me. I'm rocking with you guys. I'm rocking with you guys. I'm just saying, we may just need to rest a little bit. Because 130 been kicked our butts 4 times. 130 has kicked our butt. 130 has kicked our butt there. It has kicked our butt there. It has kicked our butt there. And it has kicked our butt there. 4 times 130 has kicked our butt. So maybe we're tired. We can't break out from 130. Just bear with me. If you guys agree, leave a message in the comments. If you guys don't agree, I'm sure you will let me know. But that's SNDL. I like it over 120. It is extended, you guys. If it does decide to run higher, we just need some PR and we're gone. We're out of there. Some good PR, we're gone. But I think we're gonna pull back, you guys. Just saying. But guess what? I'm gonna be right there with you in these areas, and I'm gonna be buying shares up. If you guys are adding, I'm gonna be adding too. If we get over 120, I'm definitely gonna be more aggressive over 120. 120 by 110 would be the idea. Because 110 hasn't broke 110 since, and neither of these are red resting day. 110 has been the area to hold. So Thursday and Friday, we didn't break 110 as a low. So that's good. Over 120, I'm right there with you guys. But if we don't hit 120 and we come down, I'm gonna have orders at 105, $1. Oh, excuse me. And I'm gonna have orders at 95 cents. I'm rocking with you guys though. Trust me, I'm rocking with you guys. The month's green. It ain't over yet. We can come down to 105 and still be bullish on the month. The month opened up at $1. So, we could come back down to 195. It'll be a little red, but then guess what? We'll probably pop it right back up. You just gotta be a little bit realistic, guys. A lot of volume here. Volume. What type of volume though? Because this hasn't been real bullish. We can't get over 130. 130, we can't hold 130. We got a lot of resistance up here. So bear with me, guys. I'm rocking with you both ways. I'm rocking with you over 20. I'm rocking with you under 110. I'm rocking with you both ways, you guys. We're gonna see what happens tomorrow. I'm gonna be posting ideas and talking junk right along with you. Let's get it. Next idea, solo. Last idea of the day, 10 ideas. I'm still over an hour and 30 minutes. I just love this stuff, man. I just love this stuff. Anywho, we did get this nice green bar here in November, breaking us out of this downtrend. We're over the 20 and the 50 period here. Nice red resting month. $2 resting area here. Bulls did step in. We got kind of a buy set up in this area here over last month's high of 921. I'm sorry. So, definitely bullish in my opinion. Following up from last month, like I say, nice volume breaking out, resting month. We didn't put in a new low. We put in a higher low here and a higher low here. Looks bullish to me. With the data we have, last week was the first week of the month, so we're limited here, so we have to drill down to an intraday idea. So over 940, 940 by 870 really. I really actually didn't know that this R&R was so wide. Normally don't take R&Rs this wide. Cause what's that? 70, yeah. This is it. 70 cents. Yeah, I normally don't take ideas. But you know, it is a good idea. Over 940. You just got a 70-cent stop on this thing. I personally don't know the calculations for a 70-cent stop because I don't go under 50. I know 50-cent stop, you need 200 shares for a $100 risk. 500 shares, you need 1,000. So I don't know how to get calculated out on 70 cents. So this one kind of is on the list by accident, I guess, because the R&R is too wide for my particular style of trading. But it is a good setup. It is a good setup. You do have support here under 80 cent. The 20, the 50, and the 200. You have good daily support here. On weekly support, you're good. You got, you know, like I said, nice uptrend forming. Monthly support looks great. It probably take a little minute for this 20 to kind of get above this 50. Because the 20 period is really where your uptrend's at. Your 50 period just kind of lets you know what trend you're in, and the 20 period just kind of lets you know. 20 period is kind of just a short-term trend. 50 period is kind of the long-term. That's pretty much on all time frames. You know, monthly always has, you know, monthly always has priority. But you know, it looks good. Like I say, it's just too wide. But I just can't give you guys a number right now. Matter of fact, I think I got a calculator. You guys see that? Yeah. So we got what, a 70-cent stop, 870, 940. So yeah, 70 cent. We got 70 cent. Can you guys see that? Okay. So if you're risking $100, you need. Oh, did it? Oh, I did it. Hold on. $100 times 70 cent. Yeah. So $100 times 70 cents. You need 70 shares. You're risking $500 on this. You need 350 shares. You just take your risk amount, multiply it by the actual range. So you're gonna have your entry at 940, then you're gonna have your stop at 870. That's gonna be your risk. And then every 70 cent over that is gonna give you an R. So if you're risking 100, every 70 cents is gonna give you $100. That's how you calculate your risk. So if you guys are in solo, I apologize. I actually didn't recognize that this one was 70 cent. That's a little bit out of my trading range. So I probably actually won't be taking this one. But like I said, if you guys are actually looking to probably, you know, swing trade this stock, or actually looking to get into this stock, over 940 is still a nice area to add in. We had a nice bullish green run here with a nice resting day on Friday. So anything over 940, you can possibly look for a move higher. We got triple pivots here in this area. You got one here, and one here that we just made. So maybe a breakout here is possible over this 940 area. Like I said, I apologize for you guys. I just wasn't prepared for that. It kind of just caught me off guard. But like I say, last week we did break over that high, so we could follow through with that a little bit more. So just kind of be aware of that as well. But that's it, you guys. I'm sorry I held you guys for an hour and 30 minutes. I hope this video was informational. Hit that subscribe button, like, share, comment, all that good stuff. And that's it. You guys have any questions? I know this is the end of the video. But I will be leaving timestamps in the description. I know I'm a little late, but hey, you know, I was supposed to say that at the beginning of the video, but I'm gonna have it on my little cover thing for the video. So if you guys see the cover, you'll see timestamps in it. As all my videos, you guys have a great weekend.